it's programming, I make sure that when I've seen the kids work, like for example, if there's a particular spelling word that we need to focus on, I make sure that that's in my first activity. If there's a strive word or a popcorn word or something in a comprehension text that we've realised they didn't have the meaning of, that becomes my second activity where they underline the sound picks, and so then they're learning how to spell it as well. Hold a sentence, I make sure whatever punctuation we're focusing on, or if I've noticed that there's a big gap in their use of commas or their use of added extra information, I put that in their hold a sentence to see if they can actually do it independently without explicitly having to teach it. But then we can go back through it and look at where those punctuation cues need to have been put.
So basically you can see, so we're teaching this, and then you can see what they're doing in their independent writing, let's say. You can see what isn't quite filtering through with some of the children, put it into SSP, so you're constantly reinforcing things that the children need rather than... So I sort of think, like supposing they're writing hoping and they're keeping the E, then I would see it in their writing, think, right, we need to do that. It might just be that child, but we're going to focus on that, or I might put in a sentence for that child.
Or I'll put in a word that's like that, and so then they can see the correlation. Remember, and I can remind them, remember when you did hoping and you left the E in there, this word is like that, so that we can stretch it a bit further. The other thing is, if there's spelling mistakes that are coming up often in their work, I do that. I put that in the third activity, which is listening for the sound, so that they're hearing it and then they're trying to work out, and they're kind of finding which word it is themselves without me having to say this word has that particular sound.
And what do you think the issue... guys, can you just... I know you're having your fruit break.
It's silent reading.
Just eat your fruit break and read, because I'm just trying to listen to Mrs. Cicerago.
Oh yeah, so the teacher can listen to Miss Cicerago, and then the other teachers listen to that.
Yeah, and then we collaborate as teachers, that's right. That's right. So what do you think the issue would be if you had to follow a set program? Like this is very much, you know what you're covering and you're meeting the needs of the children. What would happen if you had to follow a textbook? We won't mention a name of a program, but if you had to follow a textbook that made you go through specific lessons?
So it doesn't allow you to then adapt to the needs of the children, because you just have to move on to that next lesson. It doesn't allow me to individually look at children's, what they've been doing in their work, and even though I might be differentiating for particularly one or two children in that whole lesson, it's still going to benefit everybody else, because as I said before, I try and add those extra words that might have that same rule that applies to it.
And do you find
if you're just following lesson after lesson after lesson, it doesn't give us good.
And do you find that with spelling rules that actually they don't need to, that they discover them more?
They discover them, absolutely.
So you don't have to actually have a lesson on it?
And there's very rarely a Speedy Six lesson that we do where we don't discover something in one of those activities. It's not always a new sound pick, but they're discovering things like how base words can be changed. These kids have actually discovered prefixes without me actually telling them that they're prefixes. They've worked out that this word has or this word has re. Like today with the auto, I've seen that auto word in the car, so we talk about what auto means. So they've actually discovered that without me having to say this is a prefix, this is what it is, this is how it's used.
And do you think for somebody new, because obviously the good thing with programs is that it's good for the teacher because you can just open the book and just follow the book, but do you think that any teacher could follow this and learn how to do this without masses of training?
Absolutely, absolutely. And that once they start to do it and realise that the kids are actually having fun doing it, it's not one of those lessons where, okay, we're up to lesson 35 now, let's open up that book again.
Yes, yeah.
Because they never know really what it's going to be there.
And we don't. They're
excited about, okay, what's the word going to be today.
And do you find, but you as a teacher as well, that it's more fun for you than picking up a book and following it? And yeah, thank you so much.